Speaking of console news, PS4 niggas, close your eyes, put your hands over your ears. I know you don't want to hear this shit. We've got some for us who have jobs. I have PlayStation 6 news. For the unemployed, for the PS4 nigga that likes to beg but also choose, you're probably gonna feel. New PlayStation 6 tech, all but confirmed by Sony and AMD, and it looks like it'll make its way into other hardware too. The financial responsibility, that one's on you. That one's on you. Nobody, when you walked into Walmart to get groceries or whatever you went to get some baby wipes, nobody told you to walk by the tech section and just mosey over. You got tempted. You bought that Switch too. Sony and AMD just announced 3 key technologies that look likely to come to the PlayStation 6 and future AMD graphics cards, with the PS5 system architect Mark Sindri and AMD Senior Vice President Jack Hun teaming up to deliver the news. The talk is a fairly technical one, but the 3 core features include neural arrays, radiance cores, and universal compression. Looks set to make a big impact on future AMD-based hardware. The main goal is speeding up computing power, expensive ray tracing and path tracing in some novel ways, as well as reducing the cost of the upscaling and denoising techniques they rely on. Translation, your images should be more crispy for less, basically. Let's start with the neural airways. This shit is mad nerdy. In short, this is a new arrangement of the dozens of the compute units that make up a graphics processor like that in the PS5 Pro. Normally, each of these CUs work alone on a bite-sized piece of the puzzle, which makes sense for most tasks, but can be inefficient for upscaling techniques. Neural arrays therefore link multiple CUs together in a smart, efficient way, like a single focused AI engine. So they're doing more with less, if you're not following. The benefit of that, this ought to allow for bigger and therefore higher quality machine learning models with less overhead and better scalability. To say it another way, it means that an upscaling algorithm like PSSR ought to run faster at a given quality level or accomplish more in a given time frame. The same speed up also applies to denoising algorithms, which are important to ray tracing on path trace graphics. Hun also promises that neural arrays will allow for new features, including dedicated innovations that bring cinematic rendering to an entirely new level. Can I say this is a red flag? Can I go ahead and say this, guys? I'll take it back. I don't want to say it's a red flag, maybe like a yellow. Going into the next generation, so I'm gonna tell you what the biggest problem with gaming is right now. Not the biggest problem, but I feel like since we've gotten into the PS4 era and then going into this PS5, the last 2 generations, there's been too much hyper focus on realism. Like we all expect the next consoles to be more powerful. We all expect the next GPUs to be more powerful for PCs. That's a given. You don't have to release a press conference letting us know, hey guys, the PlayStation 6 is going to have more computing power. No shit. Instead, why don't you sit down and say, hey, we're working on the PlayStation 6 and it's going to have more computing power, but more importantly, we're investing in this studio, and this studio, this artist, and this artist, and this artist, so that we can bring more unique experiences to these platforms. Because that's the biggest issue. The creative drive, the art direction. Games with great art direction will age better than games that try to push realism all the time. Whenever there's a new platform, they always release some racing game that shows off how realistic it is in some first-person shooter. And 10 years down the road, that shit looks ugly. We'd be like, damn, we thought that shit looked real, but it doesn't 10 years later because things are always improving. Instead, focus on talking about what's creative and what you guys want to do that's different. Also, what quality of life features you can get. And for the PS4 niggas out there, it's coming. I know a lot of y'all think I'm an asshole and I just be making jokes, but I feel like in the last 6 months, we've been seeing way more PS6 articles. They said they're shooting for a 2027 release date. We have another one. And I suspect in the next 6 to 9 months, no, the next 6 months to like a year, you're going to see more PlayStation 6 rumors just heating up. You're probably going to hear more about that PSP that's rumored supposed to be in the works, that's supposed to work alongside the PlayStation 6. Just get used to it. We are officially in the PlayStation 6 next Xbox news cycle, and I will be covering it all. Nobody cares how much it fucking offends you that you were on the PlayStation 4 watching my stream in 480p off of Vizio TV that you got at Goodwill, nigga. We don't care. Anyways, it's mind-blowing that the PS4 hasn't been sunset yet. It needs to be, bruh. PS4 niggas about to be the first niggas with a console that got a fucking brain aneurysm, bro. That shit is literally sunsetting like fucking Trump. But I need a heater in my room. Yeah, if you want to use your PS4 as a heater or a doorstop, go for it. I'm not mad at that, but you know, it's what it is. Other news, Xbox co-founder calls the Game Pass price hike a betrayal of the gamers. Longtime Xbox devotees have recently seen several former Xbox exclusives go to the PS5, while Microsoft has raised prices on the Game Pass and Xbox consoles in the US. Now one of Xbox Originals team members, Laura Fryer, is calling out her former employees and describing the price increase as a betrayal of the trust that gamers placed in them. With this latest increase to Game Pass, Xbox threw away one of their latest advantages, said Fryer in her latest YouTube video. They were the best deal in gaming with gaming. With these price hikes, it feels like a betrayal, like greed over gaming. I recognize that this Xbox console generation isn't over yet. It's almost certainly going to be remembered first and foremost, though, for Microsoft's greed. Fryer went on to recap the 2 hardware price increases this generation, 3 separate Game Pass price increases, more expensive games, massive layoffs, and massive studio layoffs. Yo, shout out to L Giver with the sub. Appreciate it. With the super chat. I run Cyberpunk on my PS4 and I use it as a grill. You make your burgers medium rare, like well done. To be fair though, they did do a lot of this stuff, but the price increases on the console, that had more to do with the tariffs. But the studio layoffs and all that other shit, I think about all the damage that Xbox is doing. And this is why I said, like, I know it's funny to get the jokes off, but we really don't want Xbox to fail. If Xbox fails and it's only Nintendo and Sony, like, I hate to break it to y'all, but Nintendo and Sony are far more evil than Microsoft. It's gonna get worse if you reduce, and especially because Sony and Nintendo are not in direct competition. Nintendo has the family market on lock. That would mean PlayStation would have the elder gamer, like the mature gamers on lock. PlayStation and Xbox are in competition because they appeal more to the mature gamer. So those two would have different lanes and it would be a duopoly, which means they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want when it comes to their platform. So like, we don't want Xbox to fail. For that reason, because the 2 other big ones are going to go stupid with the way they price shit, the way they handle their businesses. But also, we don't want Xbox to fail because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs and we might lose a lot of studios as well. Like them buying, this is the downside of monopolies, them buying up all these studios. If at some point these rumors come out and they're true, that Xbox is abandoning hardware because they can't afford to maintain all these studios and shit, who's to say they won't shut down some of these studios too? Then people are losing their jobs. We might lose some of our favorite franchises and IPs and stuff like that. It could just go all the way bad. It could go all the way bad. Phil Spencer ruined gaming. Phil Spencer he's not that guy, chat. He's not that guy. I used to think he was cool, but he's not. He seems like a nice person who means well, but he just can't get his act together. Almost like the Jimmy Carter of gaming. Like Phil Spencer's the Jimmy Carter. Like, you mean well, but it's like, you're not sticking the landing, buddy. Maybe give somebody else a turn. Would it be better to sell the studios to someone else or let them be independent, like free them or something? I don't know what the solution is. It's a sticky situation. Feel about to jump shit. What's up, buddy? What else are we about to see? Fryer went on to recap the 2 hardware. Yeah, we heard that. I believe all these changes and drama will harm Microsoft's brand, said Fryer. It appears that Xbox is moving towards cloud gaming and away from hardware, but it also could be that they're just incompetent and they just don't understand what they're doing. They need to rebuild trust with gamers and fans. I know people on the Xbox team that are still there and that were there in the early days. They can fix this and I'm rooting for them and wishing them the best. I agree with that. And I'm actually leaning towards it literally might just be incompetence. I brought this up in the past. Sometimes I feel like gamers hop on social media and they go at studios, they go at heads of studios, heads of PR, or just heads of the company as if they're operating with malice. And sometimes you guys have to understand it's not malice. Motherfuckers are, like, think about how many people at you, like, you're forklift certified. Think about how many people at your job claim to be forklift certified, but they crash a forklift every day. There's always somebody at your job every week blowing up a forklift. There's a lot of people that you work with that probably have a higher position than you, and you know they're not qualified. It just happens. Nepotism. And it's like the best solution is get them people the fuck out the way, bro, and let the real grinders shine. The real grinders, bro. So we still got that Soldier game console. We still that's good news. We still got the Soldier console. Dang, it's been a minute since I've seen you alive. Now I'm burping my baby. Welcome back, that dude. YouTube niggas are fried cooks. Let's be real. Yo, chill. Console fanboys act like the biggest problem with modern Xbox is the lack of exclusives, and that's it. The lack of exclusives for Xbox is not the problem, because if it was, PlayStation niggas wouldn't keep buying them. Xbox don't got no exclusives. Then we pull up best-selling PlayStation games in Forza and Gears of War and fucking Grounded is one of the best. So it's not the games, it's other things that I feel like they're missing the mark on. Although I will say I do think they need more original IPs, but even when they make them, Xbox doesn't celebrate them. So they got to do a better job of promoting those games. Grounded 2. I can't wait for Grounded 2. We got new Invincible footage. Invincible adds Cecil Stedman to the roster. I thought the trailer would be here. Oh, wait, is this it? This is another tag fighter that's coming out this year, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this game might get lost in the sauce for the simple fact that next year we have 2XKO, Marvel Token, and then Invincible. It's crazy to me that for I feel like the last 10 years, people have been bitching there's been a lack of tag fighters. I think the last good one was Dragon Ball Fighters. And all of a sudden 3 pop up and they all want to come out at the same exact time. Like, bro, that's not going to bode well for you guys. Like, it's too much of the same.
God damn it. I am in charge of the most ridiculous bunch of super-powered morons. God, they're fucking children. Always complaining and fighting amongst themselves, and leave me to clean up after them. Lucky me.
I like how they lose the real animation from the show.
Fuck you, Cecil.
Big Cecil. He's Cable. Oh my lord.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Put him to death. Gotcha. Go.
My time is valuable.
I was dying. I'm seeing this earlier because they got
just for you.
Wait, to be fair, if you watch the show, you know young Cecil was a demon. Maybe they should have made him younger so he's believable, but he was a demon.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Put him to death.
Here we go.
Stop right there. Do it.
This man got the hammer of dawn. I don't know. I feel like this game is going to be good, but I don't know how people are going to respond to it and what's the longevity of it. I'm going to try it. But I do feel like this game is in a bad place because it's just got so much competition, which is funny too, because there was a TikTok that was going viral where dude was bitching about the lack of variety within genres and the lack of games. Bro, there's 3 tag fighters coming out in 2026. What the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? The only thing I hate about the show related to the games they're going to update as the show continues. I think it's alternate universe characters. The Killer Instinct crowd is going to lock in with this. It's hard to tell. I know it's made by the Killer Instinct people, but like I said, there's 2 other tag fighters. It could go either way. We just need an announcement for a beta. We need a beta. But yeah, that's Cecil. He's coming to Invincible. We got some Expedition 33 news. The game keeps getting better. Expedition 33 devs say they are working on a big thank you update, which will include a new location, boss fights, and the highly requested quality of life improvements. What does that include? It has reached a huge milestone as developer Sandfall Interactive celebrates 5 million copies sold worldwide. And to thank players for their support and enthusiasm, the team is teasing even more content. To celebrate this milestone, we're working on a game update for all platforms that will include several additions and updates as a thank you. This will include a new environment to explore with new enemy encounters and surprises to discover, new boss battles for late game players to challenge themselves, new costumes for every member, UI game localizations into the Czech, Ukrainian, Latin American, Spanish, and all these goddamn languages. And you can expect a bit of wee and a bit of woo as well, which likely points towards an SK. Oh, that's what it's like. But a wee woo SK focused edition. It's not a super big DLC extension with hours of content. It's more of a thank you gift from us. Game director said, you will have quite a few things to do and collect some quality of life additions that are very highly requested by the community. It's probably content that they cut that either didn't make sense in the context of the story, or they just couldn't get it out in time, and it didn't need to be part of the story, so they got rid of it. So as a thank you, they're probably gonna add like those couple extra costumes, like a level or something like that. That's cool, and it's free. I'm not mad at it. It's a W. It gets better. It gets better. So look out for that. We will keep an update on when that drops, because I know some of y'all will be excited. Oh, I already did that one. Oh, Skate is back in the news. Since Skate came out a couple weeks ago, if you didn't know, I did stream it. I played it for 2 hours and uninstalled it. That shit was boring. It was nothing to do. If you don't care about just skating around and doing nothing, you know, probably not gonna be for you. And since then, I have not seen a positive story about this game. And we have another negative one. Dead Space fans slammed the $35 Isaac Clarke costume in EA's new Skate. Now, I've been trying to tell you guys for months. The writing was on the wall. Shit, if you download and play this game, if you haven't played this game, go download it. It's free. There's a tutorial. And in the tutorial, you have to visit the store like 3 or 4 times before you get out of the fucking tutorial. What does that tell you? Come on, let's use some critical thinking, guys. Why the fuck in a skateboarding game do I have to go to the microtransaction store several times before I can access the full unfinished game? It's because they're psychologically conditioning you to get comfortable with opening the menu up to check out the store and buy. I know some of you guys don't believe this stuff is that deep. It is. It's psychological conditioning to get you comfortable with spending money. And I said, from the statements the EA CEO said, we canceled Black Panther because we wanted to focus on live service video games. In specific, he said, we want to focus on our live service games, including Madden, college football, FIFA, and Skate. Translation, we want to focus on games that can make us money long term, so we canceled the amazing single player ambitious Black Panther game. People thought I was making this up. The game's been out for a couple weeks. They ain't added no new content. But they did add shit to that store. Damn near $40 skins. Fans of the Dead Space series have expressed strong dissatisfaction over the pricing of a new crossover bundle in EA's free-to-play title, Skate, currently in early access. The bundle features a cardboard-style Isaac Clarke costume, a themed skateboard, the Necro Stomp emote, and several stickers. The bundle's priced at 3,350 Sandvan bucks, the game's virtual currency, but the pricing structure forces players to spend a minimum of $35 to acquire the necessary in-game funds. You get the gist of it. I'm not reading the rest of this shit, bro. It doesn't affect me, so I don't care. And let me tell y'all something, man. If you guys buy shit out of this store, it's gonna take longer for this game to get finished. We don't even know if this game, I can't stress enough, this game is not finished. It's nowhere near finished. There's nothing to fucking do but skate around the open world. If you guys are spending exorbitant amounts of money on this early access unfinished game, there's no guarantee they're gonna finish it. I mean, what would be the incentive? You already gave them money. So if you want to play this game, download it, try it out, but please, for the love of God, I know it's hard, but don't spend any money in EA Skate until they drop the first major update where they say this is Skate version 1.0. Do not spend any money on this game. You are fucking crazy. TBH, they said it. No. Friendly reminder, EA is a 47 billion as of October 2025. It went up. Last time I checked, it was 47. It is a $50 billion company that recently announced they're about to go private. They're about to make even more money. Why is this company doing early access? That's the conversation that blows my mind. We become so pussy as fucking consumers that nobody has stopped to think, why is this $50 billion company doing an early access Steam game? They don't need the money. Early access used to be for like games on Steam that were indie titles They didn't have a lot of funding, so you could help them make the game. This is a $50 billion company that continues to make more and more money every year. Why are you funding their game? Your only job as a consumer is to get the best deal possible. No self-control. Yeah, vote with your wallet, people. Like I said, if you want to play the game, play it. Just don't buy shit in this game. Early access testing is the water to see how much money they can squeeze. Ding, 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 ding. Every time I bring up that this game is unfinished, the drones literally look like folks like in the butt. Real shit. For a well-known IP, I feel like I'm the only person talking. I'm not the only person. I feel like I'm the only person with a platform that's talking about and asked this question. Why have we as consumers accepted that a $50 billion company has released a game into early access with the promise that maybe they will finish it? And what we just living life on autopilot, no critical thinking, huh? People are gonna sleep on the points you just made, 50 million, and y'all doing early access. Shit is fucking crazy, man. Shit is fucking crazy. Do what you want with that info though. Blame Fortnite? Nah, I blame consumers. Corporations only get away with what their consumers allow. Y'all said y'all wasn't gonna buy the Switch 2. Y'all bought it. Y'all said y'all wasn't gonna buy them skate skins. Y'all bought it. I mean, I can name a bunch of shit y'all said y'all wasn't gonna buy. Like, not you in specific, but you know, that's why you're my favorite streamer. You ask important questions and need solutions. Just think, man. Self-control. I found this to be some funny news. Apparently niggas is cheating in Sonic Cross Worlds. Here on this stream, I've made the argument that esports has really ruined casual gaming. Like, and I've always made the argument that I'm okay with them ruining casual gaming if it created an economy. But esports has ruined casual gamers' mindsets in exchange for what? You got niggas out here buying Zins to play 2K. Guys, the 2K League doesn't even exist anymore. That shit failed. It failed. COD esports is a joke. The only thing that's kind of doing okay is like, I know like League is big in Korea. There's like games here and there, but esports as a whole is suffering. Teams are flopping left and right. Teams are flopping left and right. People are losing jobs. There's no money to be made. So if esports would have created an economy where people could grow up one day and be like, man, I want to be an esports caster. I want to be an esports player. I want to own an esports team. I want to do esports merch. I want to do esports art. Like, it created an economy. I would not be upset. I'd be annoyed, but I would not be upset that it ruined the casual gaming experience. But it hasn't, guys. Nobody gives a fuck about esports except for you fucking no showering nerds. You guys ruined Sparking Zero, and now you're ruining Sonic Racing because every time a fucking game drops, niggas can't hop on and just have fun. Niggas gotta be Ash Ketchum on every fucking game there is. I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. Head ass. And you're doing it in a cute ass kart racer starring animals. It's not that serious. So if you haven't read this story, because I already read this one, the Sonic Cross Worlds page announced that there's a wave of bans going on because niggas is hacking and cheating in Sonic Cross Worlds. You cannot, that little game you wanted to buy for your nephew, can't even hop online and have a good time because niggas is cheating in a damn kart racer. And why? Because motherfuckers want to be pro in everything except for their actual life. My bad. What'd you say? Shout out to
unsub from Poison Ivy's only.
Shout out to Unit Peta with the sub, appreciate it. And shout out to Nightmare Eclipse Gaming with the super chat. He said, "Did you see IGN's review of Battlefield 6 throw the whole publication away?" I did, and to be fair, it's important to read the article because IGN's review of Battlefield 6 they gave the single player a 5 out of 10. And to be fair, like everybody that I saw played the campaign, they did too. That was for the campaign. If you read it, for the multiplayer, everybody reviewed it well, including IGN. So it's talking about the campaign, and apparently the campaign does suck. That's why reading is fundamental. Stop reading the headlines, guys.
I guess dropping a super bag on a super
what up, Trey?
would be super appropriate for a time like this.
What did it do? What did it do? You think Sonic cheaters took more than 19 showers though? You're right. You know they don't fucking shower. Who dropped the super chat? Shout out to Treason with the super chat. He said, "Is anyone getting Black Ops 6? Just you, nigga." Treason. Nah, Siggy getting it. You can play with him for one day. We're gonna be on Battlefield. Treason dropped the super chat. He said, "Sup, y'all? New Batman issue is insane. Go Cubs." Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. Who getting Black, bro? You know what day it is, bro? Fucking Battlefield time. You getting on Battlefield, Trey? I would argue that was aimed at my gen, 1995, but not enough for us cared. I did want to be a pro, but as the time went on, I realized I didn't give a fuck about being a pro. Yeah, I wanted to be good, but also entertaining. It's because I'm talking about like the business model. They just never figured out the problem with esports and why I think it'll never work full stop, because there are certain sectors of esports that works. Like I said, like League still has a thing going on, like in Korea. You got the FGC, but even the FGC is seasonal. It's not like year round. The reason esports won't work mainly is because esports is constantly evolving. Like it's based off of games that tend to be fads. New games come out every day. The thing about the NBA, the NFL, the MLB is the same sport is played every year. The only thing that changes is the players, the coaches, maybe the jerseys, but the sport, the rules, it stays the same. The problem with esports is nobody can decide on what to fucking play. Overwatch thought it had a thing and then it failed after a few years. What's the name? I'm trying to think. I mean, Call of Duty comes out with a new one every year. Like it's hard to the bottom teams also get broken up and they have to start new teams. I mean, we thought Marvel Rivals was gonna be bigger than what it was, and even Marvel Rivals, that game is like dying off. I think Battlefield comes out 10 AST. Yeah, and the metas change, so it's kind of hard to turn it into a sport. I think the best video games that become esports are the ones that weren't trying to be esports. Just let the community drive that type of situation. Why y'all typing numbers in the fucking chat? What the hell? Esports works when the community doesn't try to override the community. If you look at this, yeah, like Smash Bros. That was never supposed to be a damn esport. What else I got for y'all? Oh, I already saved this article. We already went over this one. Let me go in the sub box. Also, TBH, most players are not marketable. That too, you can't market the players because they're fucking nerds. Nobody want to watch a nerd. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a nerd. I don't want to watch a nerd. Niggas are boring. Where's the drama at? Is that dude at it again? All right, let's see. Is there anything in the sub box? Did I go over the UMG lawsuit? No, I'm not talking about that. What is there talking about? That nigga took an L. What is there talking about? I have like an in-depth analysis of that shit. I don't really care that much. I just like getting jokes off. I will say, if you have a friend that's a big Drake fan, hug him today. That's what I'll say. Let's see. I don't think there's gonna be any interesting articles. Lost the battle and the war. The battle and the war. It is Friday. Probably not gonna be anything interesting. I'm surprised they dropped this on Friday. Star Seeker Into the Grid. Think I'm about to get on the game. Wait, Painkiller. What's this? Wait, today ain't Thursday. Today is Thursday. Yuka Replay official launch trailer. What's the difference between this and the other one? Did I say it's Friday? BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. I heard Friday. I'm bugging. Painkiller, a reboot of an old FPS. Oh, this your shit right here? This your shit right here? You did? I'm old. The days blur together. My bad. I'm in Thursday. This is a Doom clone?
Demons, titans, and horrors beyond mortal.
It's Friday on the East Coast. True, true, true.
And you have friends. So try your coordination against our abominations.
What about Evo? They do well every year. Yeah, I said esports. I said even certain esports are seasonal. I said FGC. The FGC is seasonal. Nobody cares about what's going on in the fighting game community outside of the fighting game community except for Evo. Combo Breaker makes a little bit of noise here and there, but niggas not really checking for the Capcom Cup. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That shit is seasonal.
Potentially your graveyard. So be a good team.
FGC needs celebrities. Well, esports as a whole needs celebrities, not traditional celebrities, but their own celebrities, like talent that they can latch on to, personalities that built their name through the community. But I hope you don't mean like bring Snoop Dogg. Like, no, we don't need Snoop Dogg there. That I'd argue that's a problem with gaming right now. It's too corporate. Need to get back to its roots. That looks okay. It looks like another Doom game. Combo Breaker ain't making that much of the GI tournament. Yeah, you're right. Fuck Combo Breaker. My bad. I don't want to say fuck Combo Breaker. Fuck Tekken niggas that was going to Combo Breaker.
A classic, are we? Let's see what this reimagining has to offer. Ooh, new areas to test your skills and moves.
Wow.
You guys move better, making platforming look easy. Just look at them go. A treasure tracker. Hunting pages just got easier. And wait, 300 pages? Hang on, what? Change how I play? Harder? Easier? Or just plain silly? And you can play dress up, retro, pirate, goth, and you gave the dinosaur.
I'm not playing this. Gen Z gamers don't have celebrity aura. I'm not gonna say that. It'd just be a marketing thing. The GI tournament. Can you move this tournament back? I have to compete. I'm about to rent out a fucking a hotel lobby and use the Wi-Fi and play at the GI tournament, bro. I'm about to get this money, man.